Throughout the Pokemon series, we have encountered several trainers who are considered masters of the Dragon type. More often than not, these trainers belong to exclusive clans of Dragon-type trainers who hold the type as a whole in very high regard, sometimes to the point of even worshipping them. Of these clans, one of the strongest is the Dragon Tamer clan, which operates out of the Blackthorn City Dragon's Den in the Johto region. The strongest trainer of the clan is undoubtedly the champion of Kanto and Johto, Lance, who is a direct descendant of the master of the clan. However, there is a second direct descendant who is also an immensely powerful trainer in her own right, Clair, the Dragon-type gym leader of the Blackthorn City Gym and the cousin of Champion Lance. While Lance is known as the Dragon Master, Clair's official title is the Blessed User of Dragon Pokemon. Clair is intended to be the 8th gym leader that we face and is therefore seen as being the strongest gym leader in the Johto region. She even claims that she can hold her own against the Pokemon League's Elite Four, and before being beaten by the protagonist in Gen 2, her only recorded loss was against Lance himself. Clair is extraordinarily confident in her own abilities, and some might say even to the point of being arrogant or perhaps even delusional. For instance, calling herself the world's best Dragon Master despite her inability to beat Lance. She also infamously refuses to give the player their gym badge after being defeated, citing that they're not yet ready for the Pokemon League and that they have to pass the Dragon User Challenge in the Dragon's Den where she trains and grew up. However, she does recognize the error of her ways eventually and later apologizes before saying, "Whatever you have to face from now, it'll be more difficult. But don't you dare give up. If you do, I'll feel even worse about having lost to you. Give it your all," showing that at some level she does have a heart. One can imagine that having grown up in the Dragon Tamer clan under constant scrutiny and harsh training from the time that she was a young child, being secondary to Lance has made her quite stubborn and bitter. But she sort of has a charm to her in that she never gives up and does at heart wish for the best for people despite the nature of her upbringing. Being the strongest gym leader in Johto and being able to hold her own against the Indigo Plateau, we know that Clair is a strong trainer. But how powerful is she really? It's time to construct her best possible team by looking at all of her appearances in the main series games. It's time to find out her true power. The first time we encounter Clair is of course in the Generation 2 games Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal, where she serves as the gym leader of the Blackthorn City Gym. Initially missing from the gym due to training in the Dragon's Den, Clair eventually returns and attempts to intimidate us by listing off her accomplishments before challenging us to a battle. This battle proves to be a difficult one as Clair starts off with 3 Dragonairs at level 37 that all have Thunder Wave to paralyze us, and the moves Surf, Thunderbolt, and Ice Beam respectively. Clair's last Pokemon is a powerful level 40 Kingdra that's extremely bulky and powerful with Stab Surf, Stab Dragon Breath, and Hyper Beam. What makes this battle so especially hard is that Kingdra is only weak to Dragon in this generation, and Dragon-type Pokemon and moves are nearly impossible to come by at this point in the game. The next time we can battle Clair occurs in the Gold and Silver remakes, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which actually give us the opportunity to battle her on 2 separate occasions unlike the originals. In our first battle, we face her for our 8th gym badge, except this time she has a brand new Pokemon and the rest are all slightly stronger than before. Clair is the only Johto gym leader whose team changes significantly from the originals to the remakes. Clair starts off with a brand new level 38 Gyarados, followed by 2 Dragonair now at level 38, and her Kingdra now at level 41, which now holds a Citrus Berry for recovery and also the more powerful Stab Dragon Pulse move as well. However, Heart Gold and Soul Silver also give us the opportunity to rematch Clair after we've obtained all 16 badges across Johto and Kanto, in which she's become far more powerful with new additions to her team to create a full team of 6 Pokemon. To rematch her, there are actually some tough requirements. The player has to first go to the Dragon's Den where she'll be found with none other than Champion Lance. Our rival Silver will also appear and a double battle will ensue with the player teaming up with Silver against Lance and Clair. Notably, she doesn't use any Pokemon different from our later rematch with her, so we'll save those until we discuss the rematch shortly. After they're defeated, Clair will appear again in the Dragon's Den during her usual training period from 6 to 10 AM on any morning, where she can be talked to and her phone number can be received to organize a rematch at the Saffron City Fighting Dojo in Kanto. In this rematch battle, she now starts off with her Gyarados at level 56, one of her Dragonairs now at level 52, a brand new Aerodactyl at level 52, her Kingdra now at level 56, a brand new Charizard at level 52, and a brand new Dragonite at a whopping level 60 holding a Citrus Berry too. Her team is also set up much better than before, with, for instance, her Gyarados now having Dragon Dance and Stab Waterfall, along with the held Wakan Berry to protect it from 4 times super effective electric moves. The final main series game that Clair can be battled in is Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, where she participates in the Pokemon World Tournament. Clair can be found battling in 3 different tournament styles, but she uses the same 6 Pokemon for each, just with different movesets and items. Keep in mind that the World Tournament automatically sets all Pokemon to level 50, but we can get a good idea of new additions to her collection since the events of Gen 4 and how competitively viable her Pokemon have become. In the 3 World Tournament styles, Clair operates by rotating between her Kingdra, Dragonite, a brand new Altaria, a brand new Salamence, a brand new Druddigon, and a brand new powerhouse Garchomp as well. As with all trainers in the tournament, all of these Pokemon have some highly competitively viable movesets and items, even better than her Heart Gold and Soul Silver rematch setups. It's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Using all of her appearances in the main series games, let's construct Clair's best possible team. The first pick is going to go to her Garchomp from her Black 2 and White 2 World Tournament teams. Despite automatically being set to level 50 as per tournament rules, all of her other dragons outside of the tournament are all level 56 or higher, and she left out 2 Pokemon which we know are level 52. Since this is the most important battling event she's ever participated in, it's likely that she'd only bring her strongest Pokemon, and therefore we can probably assume this thing is somewhere around that level 56 mark. In the full Pokédex Gen 7 metagame, Garchomp is currently in the upper OU tier in competitive battling, and it has insane base stats with everything that it needs to use being between 85 and 130, with a great 102 speed too. With moves that Clair has on it like Stab Dual Chop, Stab Dragon Claw through level up, Stab Earthquake, Aqua Tail, Rock Slide, and Fire Fang for coverage, and Swords Dance to raise its already ridiculous attack, Garchomp is inevitably a massive threat in any singles battle. The second pick for Clair's team is going to go to her Dragonite from her Heart Gold and Soul Silver rematch team, in which it's at level 60. Dragonite is currently in the UU-BL tier, which means it's banned from UU but doesn't quite make the OU tier by usage. Dragonite is an amazingly bulky yet powerful Pokemon with 91 or higher in all of its base stats besides speed, which is still at a respectable 80. With moves that Clair has on it like Stab Outrage, Priority Extreme Speed, Earthquake, Stone Edge, and Fire Punch to counter Ice types, Hone Claws to raise its attack and accuracy, or the possibility of Dragon Dance through level up to raise its attack and speed, Dragonite is sure to be a huge threat to any opposing team. Its only drawback is that Clair doesn't have its hidden ability Multi-Scale on it, but it's still a powerful Pokemon nonetheless. The third spot is going to go to Clair's Gyarados from her Heart Gold and Soul Silver Fighting Dojo rematch team, in which it's at level 56. Gyarados is also in the UU-BL tier and really helps to mitigate this team's ice weakness. Gyarados also has the great Intimidate ability so it can lower opponents' attack upon switching in, and has great moves such as Dragon Dance to power it up, Stab Waterfall, and the potential for coverage moves like Crunch and Ice Fang through the move reminder, or many TM options like Earthquake and Stone Edge. Gyarados is a threat that must be dealt with immediately, or else it only becomes more and more threatening. The fourth best team member is going to go to Clair's Salamence from her Black 2 and White 2 Pokemon World Tournament teams, in which we can assume it's also around that level 56 mark. Salamence is also in the UU-BL tier and might actually function really well as a special or even mixed attacker on this team, since it has great base stats in both types of attacks and most of the team is physically oriented. With the amazing Intimidate ability to lower the opponent's attack just like Gyarados, meaning you could possibly switch between them depending on incoming ice moves, along with special moves that Clair has on it like Stab Draco Meteor, Stab Dragon Pulse, Hydro Pump, and Heat Wave, and physical moves like Stab Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Rock Slide, along with many other level up and TM options, Salamence is a very fast and hard-hitting threat that diversifies the team offensively speaking. The second last pick is going to go to Clair's signature Pokemon, her Kingdra from her Heart Gold and Soul Silver rematch, in which it's at level 56. Kingdra currently sits in the NU-BL tier, meaning it's banned from the NU tier but doesn't quite make the RU tier by usage. Kingdra's base stats are amazingly consistent, with 4 of them being 95 and a solid speed stat too. With these base stats, Kingdra can choose between physical and special attacks with moves that Clair has on it like Stab Dragon Pulse, Stab Outrage, Stab Hydro Pump, Stab Waterfall, and moves like Agility or Dragon Dance to power it up even further. Kingdra is a bulky yet fast and powerful all-around threat with incredible typing with only 2 weaknesses. And the final pick for Clair's best team is going to go to her Charizard from her Fighting Dojo rematch battle, in which it's at level 52. Charizard is currently in the PUBL tier in competitive battling, but really helps out with this team's ice weakness with its fire typing. With good speed and a solid special attack stat, Charizard also helps to add especially offensive presence on the team with moves like Stab Flamethrower, Stab Air Slash, and the potential for Hurricane, Focus Blast, and Dragon Pulse for coverage via TM. Although this is Claire's best team, she does have 3 other Pokemon that are certainly contenders for it. The first is Aerodactyl, which came extremely close to making it on the team, but ultimately Charizard's specially offensive presence and lack of weakness to ice makes it a better option. But Aerodactyl can definitely be switched in there depending on who Clair is facing. Next is her level 50 plus Dragonite, which doesn't really add anything that her higher tier dragon Pokemon can't do. Finally, her level 50 plus Altaria is a cool Pokemon, but it is untiered without its Mega and would merely add another 4 times ice weakness to this team. Well, there we go everyone, we have discovered Claire's true power and unveiled her strongest possible team in the main series games. If you enjoyed this video and are looking forward to more from this series, please be sure to leave a like, share it on social media, and subscribe with notifications on by hitting that bell icon if you haven't already. Don't forget to comment down below with what trainer you wish to see featured next. The comment with the most likes will pick the trainer for the next week's episode and will be featured on screen. Before we go, I'd just like to give a quick shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you enjoy my content and would like to support the channel, get more uploads, and get some cool perks, the link to my Patreon page will be in the description below. This has been SilphSpectre, and I'll see you guys next time for some more True Power.